Search how much to save for, and the first thing most search engines will suggest you think about is retirement.
Two things are certain in life: death and taxes. Well, hopefully you'll find retirement somewhere in between. But the new generation are working more jobs than the last and cashing in on their pensions along the way, leading some financial advisors to warn of a retirement crisis.
Less than 10% of South Africans get to retirement with the ability to continue the standard of living that they had pre-retirement into retirement. Literally from your first salary check, you should be putting some money aside.
As families get smaller and lives busier, retirement villages are increasingly becoming the setting of choice for people to live out their wilderness years. This one has a 10-year waiting list. However, over 3.5 million South Africans over the age of 60 are currently dependent on just the state pension of 1,350 Rand a month. They often rely on their immediate family for support. Harriet Madibane is the only black woman living here.
On Monday, I go for the exercise in the big hall there in the morning after breakfast. I am with other ladies there. I'm the only black, of course. That's my problem. Where I go, there's no one to be like me. So it means God has blessed me. When I came here, there was a certain old lady here who used to say, "Will you be able to pay for this place?" I said, "No, I'm just trying. If things don't go well, I'll have to leave, that's all."
But it's not just finances keeping black people out of retirement homes. It's also culture.
For us, it's respect that she originally or he originally gave to you and nurtured you as children, and now you are sort of throwing them away.
The sandwich generation really refers to people who are looking after two sets of dependents. One is their own children, but then often their parents as well.
I think that we're going to find that it's going to probably take a generation for black people to start moving into our villages. We currently have a policy in place that brings people of previously disadvantaged groups to the top of our waiting list.
So for now, retirement villages like this look to remain the domain of old white people. For around 220,000 Rand, they can purchase a life right. You don't get any title deeds, but effectively become a tenant until death.
There is a place like this for people when they start to reach the stage when they have to have somebody to help them do. They cannot do for themselves, and therefore it's a wonderful fact that somebody is there to help them.
But to afford these services in your old age requires careful financial planning in your heydays.
The formula is contributions plus growth equals the pot of money you get. So 90% comes from investments, and that's why you need to start so early. The one thing that is perhaps a bit of a scary statistic for South Africans is that if you take a 40-year working lifetime of, let's say, from age 25 to 65, you add up all the salaries that you're going to earn, and you do something similar for the pension amounts that you earn for just 15 years, let's say, from 65 to 80. The amount that you're going to need for those pensions is actually much more than the total amount you earned in your working career. And of course that's very scary, and the reason for that is inflation. But the problem with that is if you took all of your salary and you put it under your mattress, and then at retirement you took it out and started spending it, you wouldn't have enough. And remember, we've just said that you're only actually saving 11% of your salary. So the rest has to come from investment returns, which is why it's so important to start early and target a return well above inflation.
So if you start saving early, you have some control over how much money you have for your retirement. But what you don't have control over is what you're going to look like. Yusuf Omar, Johannesburg.
You deserve to know more. enca.com